Hey guys, what is up? NYKF31 here. Madden 19. This matchup looks to be challenging. You got Pat P, you got Power Up Vic, Power Up Moss. He's also got Tyreek Hill. So, yeah, he's going to have a couple of the more dangerous offensive players out in the mode right now. My defense, I only have one guy who's, got the speed to keep up with a Moss or Tyreek Hill has a chance of anyway, and that's Hot Rod Woodson. The rest of my defense is like everybody else's, for the most part, kind of slow. So here we go. We'll see how he does, whether he has a brain or whether he's just going to just blindly chuck and duck. So here we go. He is on offense first. Going to start out on a little 4-3. I see the two back, one tight end, two wide receivers set. But what he does, he has looks like Tyreek Hill there subbed into where the tight end would be. So really, it's a three receiver set. I wish they would, change that to update when guys do formation subs, and that has to be an INT. Derek Brooks boots that one. That would have been a pick six. So that lets him off the hook. So what we're going to have here, we're going to see, meta stuff, split close here. Close formations are always going to be a challenge because the defense has trouble aligning with them correctly, and then multiple hot right crossers and all of that with Vic scrambling. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a handful. So 3rd and 10, he tries to run a split screen there on the opposite side of the field with my user, and he doesn't quite get the first down there, so he's going to go for it on 4th and 2. And I thought I had him here, but he wiggles out of there with Shady McCoy. I don't know what version of it is. Mine is the free 80 nat version, which stinks. I'm assuming that his is better than that. But anyhow, we get the INT here as he tries to force the ball to Tyreek Hill, and I got Keanu O'Neal over the top in the cloud flat. So we are on offense, and here I'm trying to learn a new playbook or a new offense. I take it formation by formation, and this mode is a free mode, so it doesn't cost you anything. So I figure, okay, let's get everything down in this formation, then move on to the next formation, then the next one I want to use, and so on and so forth. And he's going to be aligning his defense into all kinds of really unsound ways, and he's going to pay the price. He's a little bit sluggish with his user there as we hit Jerry Rice over the middle. So we're on the march. Hit Jimmy Graham on the drag, so we are in business. Going to pop a little inside zone here on 3rd and 1. Barely get that. Nice rhythm so far early. And really, that's the way I would suggest if you're trying to learn a playbook. Don't try to do too much all at once. Just take it piece by piece. Master a couple of formations at a time. Figure out what plays you want to run in those formations and what tweaks you want to make. And then when you have that down, do the same thing for another 2 formations or so. And then continue to build and expand, and soon be able to navigate through and pick out what you want. So I only get the field goal there. On the first possession of the game, I'm always going to settle for the points no matter where on the field I'm at, just to kind of get the 0 off the board. I'm a believer of get the 0 off the board as fast as possible. I get fortunate there. What you saw there is I actually was in position across the field, but the receiver broke back when he scrambled to the sideline. And again, what I like about user control in this year's game, previous years, I'd be able to sharply cut and get back, but with RPM, can't do that anymore. So I was out of position, and I was not able to recover once he, broke back across the field, and my momentum was still carrying to the sideline. So he's on the march here now, and honestly, I'm not really impressed with this guy. His pattern, as far as what he calls and when, is going to get pretty predictable. It's just a matter of my guys holding up and then not being roasted in space. There's a sack there. So it's what, 3rd and 14. Shallow crosser, post, corner. I mean, it's just, and nothing there. Sacked again. So 4th and 21. And of course, he's going to go for it here. I'm not going to blitz here. I'm just going to play straight Tampa 2. He goes with a similar route combination, And I wish Lamarcus Joyner would have just swatted that ball on his own instead of INTing it. It basically serves as a punt, so it cost me field position there. But again, I don't think this guy's going to be a problem as far as being scored upon. Again, he's horribly aligned. He's got his safeties up and cover 2, and John Ross splits everybody, and there you go. Again, the user cannot cover multiple levels at once, and Mr. Ross smokes him. The poor man's Tyreek Hill. John Ross. If you can't get Tyreek Hill, he's pretty expensive for obvious reasons. He's, you know, by far the most explosive player in the game from a speed standpoint right now. But, you know, John Ross is a good alternative if you're poor. So we're up 10-0. End of the half. He's going to basically motion out one of the backs and create a trips bunch out of that. That just ends the half. So 10-0, feel pretty good. Again, he's aligned like an idiot. We're just going to throw the Rice there wide open. If he was faster, that's a touchdown, which is one of the reasons why I'm contemplating replacing him with the power-up Moss. John Ross on that little Yankee concept. Yankee concept is when you have a deep crosser from one side and a post coming from the other. And I have a drag there as well, so again, he's used to being able to cover both of those. You can't do that anymore, so when he cheats on the shallow cross, the deeper cross is open right over the top of him. So there you go. Yankee concept works very nice this year because of that. You just can't cheat on both routes. Swing it out to McCoy, don't quite get in. Want to get a touchdown here. Gonna try to punch it in. Get up 17-0, and that would pretty much ice it, but we get blasted there, and Shady fumbles. I need a back. I need a back. So he's back in business here. The only saving grace from that is that he didn't run it back. He has to go 90 yards if he wants to score a touchdown. There's a $1.50 left in the third quarter. If I don't do anything stupid or give up any chunk yards, I should be okay. Scrambles with Vick up the middle, slides. So, you know, so much for keeping him pinned back. Gonna go no huddle. I'm gonna put Melvin Ingram in a spy there. He motions one of the backs out. So again, now we have trips bunch. Just try to minimize yard after the catch with Tyreek Hill. With the user, again, because you can't freely cover multiple routes like you could in the past, I try to sit in between reads and try to muddy it and cause hesitation. Plus I have the spy in there to clamp down on, you know, the really shallow stuff to give it, to make it have to hold it longer until it crosses the spy. And again, just try to do things and make him hold the ball longer than he wants to. This is the kind of guy who wants to take shots and take them all the time, runs the draw. I missed with the tackle there. So now he's in a pretty good rhythm. So I gotta try to break up the rhythm here with what he's doing. But this was a mistake. I did not mean to hot route, you know, Urlacher deep, and I didn't have time to change it, so I'm kind of stuck with it. But it works out. So there you go. So 2nd and 18. Here come the deep crossers again. This time, I'm going to, you know, spread the defensive line, crash them out, try to get one-on-ones in the front 4, as many of them as I possibly can. My DA is just too slow to get out there. 3rd and 6. Ugh, that hurts. So he's got the 2 fastest receivers, the fastest tight end, and Shady, and the fastest QB. That's going to be hard. Runs the draw, almost scores. So now he's knocking on the door. Now this has to be an INT. This is where I am in 100% agreement with the competitive crowd. If you're dumb enough to try that throw, you deserve to get pick 6'd. But he gets let off the hook there, so 3rd and goal from the 1. I'm thinking power or draw here. But no, he's going to throw it. And this needs to be a fumble with how late he tried to get that off like a dope. So 4th and goal now from the 1. Actually, that was 4th. Well, no, he hit the field goal. So anyway, 10-3, I get sacked. We're going to punt the ball. Rely on my D. Again, it hasn't been bad. It's just been, there I overran, and I get, smoked there. That's what I was talking about earlier. So now 2 and change. He's on the march. Hello cross, deep post, deep corner. LaMarcus Joyner lets the post cross his face, and now he's on the 1. Gotta be tighter with that, Mr. Joyner. You're right there. Come on. So now the game is tied. I thought there'd be a chance he'd go for 2, but he does not. So all I need is a field goal to tie. Again, I try to sneak a screen in there. It's probably not the wisest thing for me to do. I like to try to sneak one in there just to see if he has the awareness to defend it. But it cost me there. So 2nd and 15. We're going to wheel McCoy out here, create a bit of a switch concept here to the left, and a shallow cross, deep crosser combo to the right to get McCoy wide open. When you try to get the yardage back all at once, bad things happen. So again, it's trying to get to 3rd and manageable, which we now are at. So now we're at what, 3rd and 12, which is a lot better than 3rd and close to or over 20. Jimmy Graham. So now we're in business. The goal here now is to get in field goal position with as little time on the clock left as possible. I had John Ross again. He's just really just not accounting for the route running behind him, and I go right back to that. Again, he's just squatting with the linebacker. You can't simultaneously squat and cover deep at once, so he gets burnt again there. And here I'm just going to throw the ball away on purpose because I have no timeouts left. Again, I want to leave as little time on the clock as possible. So now 4 seconds left. We'll kick the field goal. Kick is up. It is going to be good with only 1 second left in the clock. And I'm going to scoop it here, and he's pretty much just going to give up. He's not going to even try to make a return out of it. And we are going to secure the W. So that was tough. That was a tough one. He had a lot of speed in the field. It was a headache. So there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed. Talk to you all later. Peace.